Welcome to MARC Matters, a monthly TV series produced by MARC Inc. of Manchester that focuses on people with disability, their jobs, success, and live in the community. My name is Thomas McCann, and I'm your host of MARC Matters. Today we will talk to Mary, Roch, Cronin, and Chris Silvers. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I thought I introduced you once, but we could do it again. What is the earned income tax credit EITC program?
The Earned Income Tax Credit Program is a promotion that the IRS has asked volunteers to talk about to promote the Earned Income Tax Credit. And that is a tax credit that certain people will qualify for if they have worked. Every year, the threshold for the Earned Income Tax Credit changes. And this year, it is $48,279. There are many other pieces of those qualifications, and whoever prepares your taxes can explain them to you. But it can mean a significant refund for people who qualify. So it's a great thing for people who need the money.
What is the earned income tax collection?
The coalition is a group of town departments and businesses and nonprofits who have come together to talk about the Earned Income Tax Credit and to try to promote that in Manchester. We really need to make people aware of the fact that they may qualify, because we certainly want them to get their tax credit and a refund if they qualify for that. So that's what we do.
How did the EITC form in Manchester?
The coalition formed about 5 years ago already, and it was at the recommendation of our board of directors, and they asked us to promote that Earned Income Tax Credit in Manchester. And so the coalition meets on a monthly basis to try to get the word out to the community.
Who are the members of the coalition?
We have a broad variety of people on that coalition, and we have, for example, business people, Town of Manchester staff from the Human Service Department. We have people from MARC who are on our committee. We have Board of Directors liaisons on our committee. We have MAC, we have Head Start. I mean, it's a very broad group of people all working together to promote the EITC. It's a very good partnership.
Boy, if you ask Mark to be on one, you're up one. What is the coalition focus?
The focus really is to try to promote the Earned Income Tax Credit, and we also have been working together to get our volunteer income tax site going, and so it's very important to have those partners working together to promote this in the community, and that's really our focus.
What is the town office for? Neighborhood and family. What is their role in that EITC coalition?
Well, the town's Office of Neighborhoods and Families was a recommendation in the Children, Youth, and Family Master Plan, which was developed over the past year by over 120 residents within the community. The purpose of the Office of Neighborhoods and Families is to move the Children, Youth, and Family Master Plan forward, and also to connect with other community organizations to help move those strategies and recommendations forward. So our role was immediately to connect with the EITC coalition because within the Children, Youth, and Family Master Plan there was a recommendation for financial literacy, community-based financial literacy education programs. And the EITC was sort of set up with that, and we work with them and they work with our neighborhood academy within the Office of Neighborhoods and Families to develop neighborhood-based financial ed programs.
How do they How and why was the office formed?
Again, the office was formed because a Children, Youth, and Family Master Plan was developed, and the city didn't want to see this plan just sit on the shelf. They wanted to provide support and move that plan forward. So they created a structure that would ensure that the recommendations and strategies within the plan moved forward.
I have seen the free income tax position sign around town. What is that all about?
That is about our volunteer income tax assistance site. And that was something that the EITC Coalition worked with us on and we were able to establish. And it is staffed by volunteers who are trained and certified by the IRS to do taxes. The goal is to really help people who are low income so that they can get free tax assistance. It's been very successful.
Who is eligible for free tax permission?
This year, it is folks that have earned income, excuse me, under $49,000. And we really use the earned income tax credit threshold to decide who is eligible for our tax assistance program. And that's just at our volunteer income tax site, also called a VITA site.
What is the VITA site?
That is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance site, and that is a program that is sponsored by the IRS.
Don't get in trouble by them. Where are the VITA sites located?
There are a number of sites across Manchester, and ours is located in the Senior Center. And we operate our site on Wednesday and Saturdays, Wednesday evenings and Saturdays. There are also another site at the Senior Center that is operated by the AARP. There's a site at Manchester Community College, and there is also a site in the Weiss Center that's run by the Community Renewal Team. So in order to really give you more details on that, we'll show you a number later on that people can call for more information.
What are the VITA sites' hours of operation?
They vary. Each one of the sites that I mentioned have different hours and times of operation. Ours, for example, runs the Wednesday evenings from 6 to 8 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. But the other sites have different hours, which I think actually, Tom, ends up working fairly well because when you can cover more hours in terms of the VITA site, we can help more people because not everyone can come in just on a Wednesday or a Saturday. So I think it works well for people.
Now, what if you have an hour, let's say from 10 to 4,
Yeah.
and people walking from 10 to 4, but they can't get to the place until after.
Right.
Can you let the place stay open a little longer?
Our site generally doesn't because we take appointments, and that's a very good question because not all of these sites take appointments, but we do that purposely so that we can make sure people are scheduled and get their free tax preparation, and that's why we do it that way. Some of the other sites operate a little differently.
That's good to know. Who runs the VITA site?
They're all operated by different organizations. Ours at the Senior Center on Wednesdays and Saturdays is operated by the Human Service Department, and during the day on certain days of the week, AARP, Community Renewal Team at the Weiss Center, and the Manchester Community College. So it varies.
How many volunteers does the VitaSite program have?
We have about 10 volunteers working with us this year, and they are a terrific group of people. They put in a lot of hours every tax season, and about half of the folks working with us this year are return volunteers, and the other half we have trained brand new this year. They're a great group of folks.
So you're growing.
We're growing, and we certainly couldn't operate the VitaSite without their help, so we really appreciate it.
Do I need to make an appointment for VitaSite?
At ours, you certainly do. We have found for the last 3 years of operation, this is our third year actually, that is really the best way for us to operate, and it ensures that people get their appointment. So we think that's very important for us. Some of the other sites accept walk-ins, and one, I think, or two maybe also do it by appointment. So you'd have to call us to really get full details. And if folks call and they don't qualify for our site, we're able to refer them to another site for assistance if they qualify.
Where else can individuals get their tax done as part of the EITC program?
At the Weiss Center, at the college, and the senior center are the three primary places in town. But I should also mention that some people may be able to have their taxes done at the IRS offices in Hartford, at 135 High Street, I believe it is. But again, we could certainly help folks with that if they call us.
Let's see. What type of documents should people bring when getting their tax done?
Folks will need to bring, first of all, their tax return from last year, which is very helpful for us to work with. They will need their W-2s, and they will need things like Social Security cards, sometimes birth certificates, child care provider's name, address, and information if you qualify for that, education expenses, your property tax receipts, direct deposit or a savings account, depending on whether you want your refund to go into your direct deposit, and other kinds of documents. And if you're filing jointly, your spouse will have to be there to sign off on the tax forms. There may be other forms that you will have to bring depending on your tax situation, but the tax preparer will work with you on that.
What is the financial literacy program?
The Financial Literacy Program is a program of studies offered through the Neighborhood Academy, and our community partner sponsor is the EITC Coalition. It uses the FDIC Money Smart curriculum, and participants get an overview of how to open a savings account, how to open and manage a checking account, establishing positive relationships with banks. They learn how to manage money, how to develop a budget. They get a better understanding of credit and the use of credit and how to use credit responsibly. And they also learn about preparing and saving to hopefully someday purchase a home.
I like idea. What are the components of the literacy program?
The components of the literacy program within the curriculum, they call them modules, so there's 10 different classes within the whole curriculum for adults. There's also a youth one that has 8. But again, in general, the modules include creating a checking account, a savings account, managing money, developing a budget, how to save money, how to prepare for a purchase of a home, understanding credit and how to use credit, things such as that.
How many people enroll in the class?
Well, this is our first session for the Financial Literacy 101 class, and we ended up having over 20 enroll. Originally were only taking 15. We created a waiting list, and we actually allowed those 5 to participate. So we have about 20 enrolled in this first session.
Who should take the classes?
Well, young, even I, who thought I was financially literate, I'm learning new stuff each day, so it's a good refresher for me. So the quick answer is everyone should take financial literacy classes, but they're intended for younger people who are just starting out, people who are having a hard time or a difficult time managing money, or to understand better ways to save and budget their money and to be more fiscally responsible. So it can be a more personal thing, but for the most part, we try to target younger families who are just starting out, who are transitioning into the responsibility of saving for a home and caring for a family and supporting a family. So those types of people.
If you saw, I just put Christmas ball. How often are the classes offered?
It's a 10-week program, and the classes are offered once per week. Right now, and I think consistently in future offerings, we'll offer them on Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And they're held at the Bennett Academy, Bennett 6th Grade Academy at 22 School Street in Manchester.
Oh, I know what that is. Big more see me deal. Who are some of your trainees for the literacy program?
Well, we had an overwhelming response because the teachers in this program are volunteers. And again, our connection with the EITC Coalition was they helped train and recruit these volunteers. So we have over 20, some residents and non-residents within the community, some who are working in the banking industry or within finance, some who are retired teachers or parents that want to get more involved with service to the community. So we have people from all walks of life that want to give back to the community and volunteer. So they went through this training, and we have 20 teachers that are team teaching this course.
How can one become a trainer?
Well, right now we do have a large number that are trained to train, so we don't have a need to train anyone immediately. But if there are people from the community that are interested in being trained and want to teach voluntarily, they can contact the Office of Neighborhoods and Families, and we can take their name and information, and when we offer a training program, we'll contact them.
How can someone watch getting more information about the classes offered?
Well, I will tell you right now that we'll be offering more financial literacy classes during the 2010-2011 Neighborhood Academy season. There'll be an 8-week youth financial literacy program, which will begin in mid-October during the fall of 2010. And then we'll offer again the adult financial literacy program beginning in February 2011. If people need more information, it's not available yet online, but it'll be available online through the town's website. And it'll also, information will be available in the Customer Service Center at 41 Center Street in Town Hall.
How is the EITC Coalition funded?
It's funded through the Community Development Block Grant, and that is a grant that the town receives every year, and a number of town departments and organizations apply for that funding. And that funding pays for a site coordinator, which you have to have somebody on site at the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance site who is certified and who can e-file taxes. So it pays for that and for supplies to get the word out about the Earned Income Tax Credit.
Okay. How much money did the Earned Income Tax Credit bring back to Manchester last year?
Almost $34,000, which is a very nice amount of money. I mean, we had about 27 people who received earned income tax credit, and the total amount was almost $34,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are some of the goals of the EITC coalition in the next year That's it. Let me ask again.
Okay.
What are some of the goals of the EITC coalition in the next year?
Okay. The two primary goals really for us are to try to get more word out in the community about the earned income tax credit, get more people to come and take advantage of it. And we would like to expand the number of returns for people who qualify.
How can someone watch becoming involved in the EITC coalition?
They can call my office, and the number is 860-647-3092, and we'll be happy to talk with them about joining the coalition. And that is also the same number people can call if they qualify to have their taxes done for free at our VITA site.
Now, this is not on the paper, but how did MARC get involved?
MARC got involved because they were one of the organizations who wanted to partner with us to try to promote income tax credit, because it really is a great advantage to people earning money under approximately $49,000 a year. So it's a great advantage for folks. And not enough people take advantage of it. And we want people to do that if they qualify.
Well, you're right. Not enough people get involved. And I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to know more about this coalition and the EITC, you got to ask Mary Roch or Chris Silvers about it, and they'll tell you more about the EITC coalition tax. Okay, I want to thank my guests for being on. You enlightened us what the income tax coalition is. I want to say thank you to my crew and everyone that's here with me. And if you want to know more about the untaxed income tax, you call MARC, or you call Mary Roch or Chris Silvers. I want to thank you for watching and see you next month.